Hi, I will show how to use this new Sprite support for our 2D weather effects. So here we have a sample scene from the uh, Unity's 2D game kit free assets, and here you can see I have already set up some sprites here just to show you how it works. And let's see how it seems on the scene. So here we have a fog sprite enabled here, and you can see this order in layer is -1, so it just draws its behind the spaceship, etc. But not everything in the scene. So you can just change this orders of sprites in the scene, so you can put the fog effect or other weather effects wherever you want. So if you increase the ordering layer, so you can see it just covers all of the scene. But for our purpose, so I will put this under behind the scene, but in front of the background. So, but you can of course just put it under these mountains, etc. Whatever. So let's make it a little bit. So as you can see, it just draws now in the very background of the everything. So I will do just this -1, which is behind these front objects, etc. And as you can see, if we move our character, you can see our fog just runs fine. So if I enable those other effects, so let's disable the fog. So as you can see, you can just get snowing effects that does not cover all of the screen, but in the background of these frontal objects like spaceship, etc. But of course you can change the coordinating layer, and you can put them wherever you want. So I will just select our snow sprites and change orders, and as you can see, it just snows everywhere. Okay, and as you can expect, this rain sprite just works the same. So as you can see, it just rains under the frontal objects of our scene. But of course you can change the order layer, so it just rains everywhere. So let's stop scene, and if you look to our scene here, as you can see here, we have our sprite here, which is our fog shader and material. So if you look to our scene here, if I play just with the Y value of the sprite, you can see our sprite here. So you just need to put the sprites wherever you want, so you will get the desired effects in the scene. Okay, so let's see how we achieve that. So I will select an empty scene here. Here you can see we have an empty scene here. So let's run the scene, and as you can see, nothing fancy here. So I will put our new sprite shader support in the scene. So I will just come to my scene here, and as you can see we have a layered options here. So let's create a 2D sprites. As you can see, just create the sprite here, and I will just put this here too. Let's name it our folk sprite, and this is our main camera which draws the scene. And in our folk sprites, here you can see we have a sprite slot, so I will just select my full transparent sprite here to just enable the transparency on the sprites. And here we have to use our material. As you can see, it's just attached the default sprite here, so we will not use that. And I will just create a material here. You can create another one here, and let's say this is a folk sprites material. Okay, and I will change this to our you can see UNP simple 2D weather effects standards, and this sprite folder, and here our folk shader. And this tutorial will be just for the folk, but it's same for the rain or snow, so you can just do the same things for other shaders. So I will just select the fox here, okay, and it just uses already its default values. And let's come back to our folk sprite and just drag and drop this material to its material slot. So let's look here, let's put it here just to see it in the scene. And if you come to our scene view, you will see here this our sprite, and let's start it. Okay, so as you can see, it just runs with its default values. So you have to put these sprites to layer which you want. So as the scene layers, we will put this in the background of the spaceship, but in front of the very background of the scene. So it is the -1 for our scene here. So because we want the sprite to cover all of our scene, so I will just switch to scene here. So I will just make this sprite available on our whole scene. So I will just play with its size like this. Okay, so it just, as you can see, covers all the scene. So I can just make it something like this, or maybe this slower and smooth down. Okay, so as you can see, it just covers all the scene. So let's run it again. So as you can see, it just works, but its default values are not suitable for our scene. So how will we manipulate that? So let's come back to our main command and add component and find our folk sprite secret. So I will select it, and as you can see here are some values. So here we have a cam transform which moves the folk according to the camera movement. So because this main camera is our scene drawing camera, so I will just drag and drop this camera to this slot. Okay. and here we have an affected materials slot, so which means this script will manipulate the materials that we want. So I will just move my material here. So as you can see, it just adds our material to affected material. So this script will manipulate this fog sprite here. So I will just enable this script. It might be disabled in the beginning, so be careful about that. So as you can see, it just manipulated with its values already. So here you can see the first thing is the density of the fog. So the 1 is the default value, but you can create thick fogs if you want, but the 1 is default value. So here is we have a color, or the fog color, so you can just create a red fog if you want, but of course the fog would be just some white color or something like that. So here we have size, so it just the size of the fog. So if you increase it, you can see the fog thickness will be more visible. So you can just select the good value with playing with that. So you will see here the fog seems more real. And this is the horizontal speed. You can understand the speed of the fog to the left or to the right, or you can add the vertical speed, which goes to the from bottom to top or top to bottom. So if I make it 0, you can see the effect more clearly. So it's just becoming from bottom to left, so you can play with this value. And if you make it negative, you will see the fog will come from bottom to the top. Yeah, you just create a fog which comes from right to the left. So I will increase my horizontal speeds in the positive direction. Okay. And let's run it and see what happens. Okay. So here, if you move your character, you see the fog just runs very fast. It's because we are manipulating the script with this main camera's movement, and this camera speed multiplier is just defines the fog speed when we move our character. So you have to just put the correct value according to your scene, or according to your camera movement speed. So in our case, I think the 0.05 will be good value. So as you can see, the fog moves a little bit. Okay, or maybe it is, maybe we could decrease a little bit. Okay, so it seems okay like this. Okay. But as you can see, the thickness of the fog is the same everywhere. So you can see this fog thickness on the top level is the same with the below the bottom level. So if you look to the scene view, you will see it more clearly here. So let's go. Okay, so you can see the bottom thickness and the top thickness are the same. So we have options here, some values to manipulate the fog according to your scene. So if you select the top fade here, and as you can see, it will fades from top to the bottom, so you can get a surface fog, a much more beautiful and and will be good according to your scene. So as you can see in the game view, if I disable it again, you will see it just covers all of the screen with the same thickness. But if I select the top fade, you will see it will just become more visible when it comes through the button. So it's just same with other values. So if you select button fade, you will see it will just become much more visible on the top side, but not on the bottom. And you can play with the density values according to your needs if you change these values, but most of the time it will seem good with these settings. So I just select the top fade and you will see it will just become more beautiful, or you can just increase a little bit the thickness and you will see it just becomes much more beautiful. And of course we can play with the our sprites height value to gain more beautiful results. So you can just let's say make something like this, so you can see our sprites boundaries like this. So you can just make a little surface fog like this. So if I move this the scene, and you will see it's much more clear here. Okay. So let's select our sprites. And if we put here like this, okay. So we will just have the fog on the below surfaces, but not on the higher grounds. Okay. So we can make it a little bigger and move a little down like this. So if we go to the back of our game, you will see there is no fog here, but if we move our character to this level, so let's move our fog a little higher. So we have a little fog here, so you can just make the thickness a little low. Move it here, that's okay. So you can just get the correct values according to your needs and just play with the values and set up your scene to see the desired effects according to your needs. Because we have some post effects on the scene. This fog seems a little bit faded, so you can see the scene view shows the fog more clearly, but in the end view it just becomes a little faded because the main camera has just some post processing. So if you close it, you can see the fog more clearly. So it's you can just create the two sprites and use something, another fog here or here, or any part of the area, so you can use the you can create the fog or smoke effects very easy. So I hope this package will be usable for your games.